All right, all you snowboarders of the internet, we're here, we're live, we're taking your questions, so get them in the chat box wherever it appears on your mobile device, and I'm going to try to answer them for you. Super chats do get a spin of the wheel. We did add a prize to the wheel this week, so someone lucky will win a t-shirt, maybe two, I don't know. Anyways, you know how it rolls around here, so we're going to try to answer a bunch of questions. We're going to talk snowboarders versus people that snowboard and kind of discuss that when we get a little bit more people in here. So hopefully, hopefully we get more people in here. I don't know. Update on content. I've got one more pair of pants from the pant deconstruction video to edit, and that video will be done. It's going to come in at right around an hour for the full length video. So if that's not your thing, in the future, I'll be breaking it down into small segments per pant. So there'll be 10 segments, one per pant. And those will run 4 to 8 minutes each, I think. Probably closer to like 8 on that, but interesting findings nonetheless. So I can't wait to see all the cheap pant fanboys defending dope snow, especially when I pull the 3M layer off the friggin' inside of the pant because they're cheap as shit. Whatever. But, you know, if you defend dope snow, you're definitely a person that snowboards and not a snowboarder. So, all right. We got 49 of you guys in here right now. More coming in. So I'm going to take some questions before we deep dive into some topics here. Okay. All right. Well, we did get a super chat from Rad Mom Pow Chaser. Who's ready to get this thing started? Clearly, we've got it started. Get your questions in the chat box, and remember to spray skiers and eat your muscle cheese. Always eat your muscle cheese. And cold nights. We're getting cold nights. Remember that. So, it's happening. All right. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Also, don't forget that there is the Snowboard Cultural Mystery link down in the description, so you can always click that and give it a watch if you're looking for some more snowboard content after this. Okay. We got one here from Bio. I only started snowboarding last winter. I bought Burton Moto boa boots. I can't tighten my boots above the ankle without over-tightening under the ankle. Should I buy new boots and maybe a recommendation? Well, the best boot's the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. But since you got a single boa shell on there, there's a little secret to getting it evenly tight. So when you're in the boot, you're standing in the boot, flex forward with your knee over your toe, tighten the boa down then, and start doing it. And as you're tightening it, roll your ankle back so you're getting more upright, and that will change the amount of pressure that you're putting into the boot in there. But it sounds like since you bought a low-end beginner boot, you've outgrown it. So it's time to go man up and go check out some big boy boots. All right. Let's see what else we got here. William H. Blake. I have a snowboard addiction. Have I come to the right place? No, this is Angry Snowboarder, not Snowboard Addiction. That's a separate channel. Okay. All right, so we got another boot question from Zach Trezian. Does the Boa Conda feel like a chunk of lumpy plastic? Let me grab. No, it doesn't. And I got a visual aid for you. So that's Boa Conda right in there. And that actually sits free floating with Velcro on the front of it so you can move it up or move it down. It's wide enough that when it's on the liner, it's putting that pressure in, and when you tighten the boa down, that you don't notice that in there. Now, you can over-tighten it, and if you are one of those troglodytes that doesn't know how to adjust your liner, so that way your tongue flap is like sticking half in, half out, and this thing's tucked into it, and then you tighten it, it will push in on the side of your foot. I've seen that before, so make sure you do that. But otherwise, it is not a lumpy chunk of plastic. Oh, Fruit Poop Loops. Pray for Buckhouse's kids so that he won't grow up to be just like his dad. Pray for Colorado Child Protective Services to take him away from him. That kid is, those kids are, they're fucking special needs. And did anyone catch Buckhouse's latest money grab scam. Buckhouse Bro Camp. For $1,500, you can go hang out with Jonathan Buckhouse. It's not a teach you anything camp, but you get to hang out with him. You get the fucking privilege to hang out with him for $1,500. If this doesn't sound like some Jim Jones cult bullshit, like, I don't know what does at this point. That has to be the most pathetic thing. He's like, oh, but you get a free skateboard. Yeah, from fucking Target. Guaranteed. It's a fucking Target brand skateboard that he's going to give you. Like, fuck that, man. Oh, my God. All right, let's see. Justin G. Hey, dude, just picked up the 2023 Capita Outsiders. Have you had the chance to ride it? Yes, I did ride that one. It's good. It's still a high-end park board. God, I had to remember if I rode that one. I rode so much shit this year. But yeah, that's a good high-end cambered old school feeling snowboard. It's super, super solid. Okay, we got WBG152 Angry getting a ride shadow band for the season. Thinking to ride C8, Rome Katana, or Nitro Phantom pair best. Phantom's overkill for that board. You'd be better off if you did Nitro going down to the team or the Team Pro. Probably just the regular team would be enough. C8 is right on the cusp of being perfect for that board, or you could go down to the C6 if you want a little more play in it. The Katana, solid. So you've got your options right there. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. We got one from Adam Finlay. Thoughts on Bloomberg article about Burton exploring sale for $800 million. Burton aren't denying it, but could be interesting change in the market. Burton by Vail Resorts. Vail Resorts wouldn't buy them. Well, actually, Vail Resorts probably would buy them. And then it would just further run them into the ground. Who gives a fuck? That brand is so fucking directionless right now. I saw Donna's friggin' thing like, not for sale. She looks like a fucking cul-de-sac Karen with her haircut, pissed off. Like, don't you film me for yelling at kids to get off my fucking lawn. Nah. Who gives a fuck? We're family owned. We tell all our employees they're family, and then we'll fucking fire them because we don't like what they're doing because it scares us. We're a bunch of fucking sapsuckers from Vermont. I'm not denying what Burton did and how it got snowboarding to where it is, but currently, like, if that brand got sold, it'd probably have better direction, in all honesty. Like, it is the most directionalist brand making mediocre, middle-of-the-road product. They fucking care more about making fucking yoga pants and outdoor gear and glamping shit than they do snowboards. Like, who gives a fuck? Sell them, don't sell, who cares? I'm not riding your shit. A lot of people aren't riding your shit. A lot of people are riding your shit. You know? Stop telling your fucking shops that you're not going to send them product. And I don't mean the Burton corporate stores. I mean the shops that help build that name. Stop telling them that they're not going to see their boots till Christmas because you know your corporate store right across the street that you put up right next to one of your big accounts is going to fucking have a full size run of shit, but the employees you hire are fucking dumber than horse shit. Ugh. Fucking stupid. Who cares? Let them sell. Love to see them. I'm fucking hilarious if K2 got them. I'd love to see what they did with that brand. Oh, all right. Item 9, thoughts on the ride burnout. That's a high-end asymmetrical twin. I've never been like a true super fan of that board. Like, it has its place. It's stiffer. But at the same time, oh, wait, no. Maybe that one isn't asymmetrical. No, it's the burnout. No, the Helix was. Anyways, it's a high-end twin is what it is. But if you have ridden the ride bench warmer, it overlaps it too much. I'd rather ride a bench warmer. It's an okay board, but it's nothing special. We got a super chat from Francois Seguin. Spin for Slim, our Lord and Savior, Slimothy Whitman. Spray skiers, too. Okay, Coleman Young, what's the pros and cons of Minidisc? Let's get some visual aids for this. Ugh. Yeah, so we can go over this. I actually did a video on this, so, but in the Explain series. All right. Yeah, lost a screw. Mini disc, regular disc. See that difference? And this is a bigger mini disc. This versus this. The regular size disc is a bigger dead spot underfoot. That's going to reduce the amount of flex and board feel you have. This is going to give you more board feel and more play in the binding. So you're going to lose lateral drive for just more roll in there, like your natural ankle flexion and whatnot. This is going to restrict it, make you have more power down from the binding into the board. Now, with a bigger dead spot, that's an area that you're not going to feel as much of the board. Whereas with a smaller disc, it's going to give you less of that dead spot. You're going to get more board feel. A lot of that is personal preference. The reason that I actually went to Rome's was because their mini disc wasn't as mini as other ones out there. So I didn't feel like I was going to score. I didn't feel like I was losing as much power underfoot, which was nice. So it's one of those things. A lot of that, though, is all personal preference for everyone. So, yeah. Okay. MP, I own a 2021 Jones Mind Expander, a GNU Gremlin, and ordered a Jones Mountain Twin yesterday. I have the bent metal action and the Jones Mercury. The dealer offered me a transfer from 2021. Does the transfer match? Yes. It's fine. If you're looking to have a set of bindings on every single board, then yeah, what I would do is I would put the bent metal actions on the Mind Expander. I would put the Mercuries on the Gremlin because that skate tech's going to drive more power down on the edge, which with the way that board rides, you're going to optimally like it. And then I would put the transfer on the Mountain Twin because it's a good all-mountain freestyle binding on an all-mountain freestyle board for you. All right, we got another super chat from our moderator, Billy Ray Valentine. RIP L Stackers Adventures. Rest in peace. 3rd anniversary of that faithful day is coming. You've got the touch. You've got the power. Stan Bush, Gremlin Forevers. It's been 3 years since we banned him, and I unbanned him, so hopefully we can have a repeat of the anniversary of his banning. Drink your Zima, people. Drink your Zima. All right, we got Steven Mendoza with the super chat. I'm a person who snowboards, but my saving grace is that I don't claim to be a snowboarder. Self-awareness is very key to actually be a snowboarder in denial. Well, won yourself a small sticker pack, Steven. If you want to claim it, email me info@angrysnowboarder with your mailing address, and I will get that in the mail to you. And that'll go out this weekend when I finish up all the other sticker packs I got to do for Angry Snowboarder VIP. Ooh. David Dixon, for the 4 eyes out there, prescription inserts versus over the goggles. I would do the prescription inserts personally. Like, I wish we had those when I was a kid and had to wear glasses. It would have made my life so much easier. Even doing the OTGs, just being a kid, because, you know, kids were like, and living on the East Coast, we were like goggles up, goggles down all the time and shit. Like, my glasses would fog. I couldn't see and shit. If I just had the inserts, I could have just left the goggles on, and that's fine. That's what you want. You want to be able to put that insert into those goggles, put those goggles on, and just fucking go ride. You don't want to be like lifting your shit up, getting hot air in there. They're fogging. The goggles are fogging, shit like that. It's, you know, it's there. You just leave them on. You're good. With the glasses, you got the wings and shit in there. You fall, you hit your head. Those things are getting bent, discombobulated. I think putting the prescription inserts is really smart. Sport RX actually does a good job of making one specific for snowboarding, I believe. At least they used to. So I would check that out. Okay. Michael Mignon, Hangry, on one of your live streams, you mentioned a shop in the States that carries Amplid boards. Can't remember the name of the shop. Hoping you can help me out. Thanks. It's the Splitboard shop in Ogden, Utah. But I do believe In-Flight Snowboard Shop in Seal Beach, California will be carrying them. At least one of the emails that I heard from one of the guys that works there was that they were planning on carrying them. So maybe check with them and see. Okay. Or Ian, plan to do a little snow road trip this season. Was thinking of going to Mount Spokane, then Mission Ridge. Have family, friends in both towns. Thoughts worth the 7-hour drive to Spokane? That's a long ass drive for a tiny ass mountain. But if you're going that far, Coeur d'Alene is literally like right down the road, and then it's like I think an hour, something like that, to Schweitzer. I would do it only to go north to Schweitzer and then loop back down, stay with your friends in Spokane, ride there, then drive back over to Wenatchee and go to Mission Ridge. But make sure you're going on a clear day because you want to see where that bomber impacted the side of the mountain back in the day. Super chat from item 9. Avran, what are your favorite snowboard clips? Anything that's not on those bullshit repost Instagram accounts, like snowboardclips.eu. Where's fucking doing this? Now remember to buy this shitty ass t-shirt with a generic ass fucking clip art graphic on it. No, those ones that repost that suck. When I'm looking at like Torment Mag does a good job of posting clips, which is super, super solid. I like watching their stuff on there. Nitro always does a good job of posting clips. Like the Nitro account is just always fun to watch too. So, and remember to support the Shred Foundation, people. Support the Shred Foundation. Okay, let's see. Alex Tate, would you recommend the Salomon District or the trigger bindings for the Huck knife, and why? I wouldn't go with the trigger. I feel like it's just too low end of a bind. I'd bump up from the District to the District Pro. It's just a little hair better. You're going to get a little bit better of a strap, buckled, stuff like that out at high back. That's what I would do if you're stuck with Salomon. Just remember that District is going to have that shadow fit technology, so you get a little more play in the heel in there. So you're going to lose some of the drive on your heel side edge. You just have to be aware of that. All right. Taylor Deadman, what's up from the Montana Gong Show? I have a mountain pig and a ride alter ego, boner for split tails, I guess. Which should I look into for a fun mountain twin that's a little different? How different you want to get, man. I mean, if you're looking for more like just your all-around board for being like a do-everything twin, you're looking at your algorithm or shadow band from Ride. Then you could go to like the mountain twin from Jones. You could do Mercury or Mega Merc or a Super DOA or a DOA from Capita if you wanted to go that. But if you're looking for something that's twin and volume shifted because you're getting that POW up there and something different, I'd look at it like a Marhar Lumberjack, a Battalion Party Wave twin, the Spring Break Powder twin. Those would be way different than what you have. So, yeah. All right. Okay. Michael Kulig. Avran was contemplating switching the straps on my formulas with the straps from the Lean AT. Which are more comfortable? Whatever you're using and you find that you like more. Comfort's such a subjective thing. Like, I mean, it's a screw. You unscrew it, you put it on, you see, you ride it. If you don't like it, you unscrew it, you put the old ones back on. It's pretty simple. Or you just pull them off the end with a little quick tab flip. But personal preference, like I always rode formula straps on my bindings. I like those more than when I had, and I still own a set of Lean ATs. And so, yeah. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay. Tyler Hype, how necessary is having stiff boots versus a medium stiff boots for an advanced all-mountain tree rider? It's not necessary. You could do it with a soft boot. It's all personal preference. Like, I like having my ankles locked in, so what I do is I ride a super stiff boot. That's for everything, whether it's park, trees, POW, groomers. ollieing over families of fat skiers. It doesn't matter. I ride the same boot for everything. Why? Because it's stiff and locked in. When I was younger, I rode super soft boots for everything. Once again, all personal preference on that. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got a super chat from Andrew Hernandez. All mountain board and binding pairings. Recommendations for a 5'7" size 9, 135-pound left-handed red-headed ginger beginner to intermediate rider. Cruises blues, some black, and occasional trees and pound. No park. SoCal rider. Yeah, so that's really actually really easy. I would go check out the Capita Outer Space Living, the Jones Frontier, maybe the Ride Agenda or the Manic. Kind of depends which way you want to go. I'd probably push you more to the Agenda. I think it's actually a little bit better than the Manic. I would look at the Signal. You could do the Rosinal Templar. Or if you wanted something a little better, bump up to the Jigsaw, even though it's a twin, you can ride that anywhere. And that should give you more than a few options. Marley, what happened to Stepchild Snowboards? Were they good? They went out of business. Clearly, you're not good if you go out of business. I mean, that's just logic. Okay, 4x4 therapy. Talk about different types of snow, hot pow, hero snow, etc. What is hero snow? Hero snow is right when that snow is absolutely perfect. It's perfect corduroy. It's the perfect temp that it's not icy, it's not firm, it's not too slushy, it's not grippy. It's absolutely perfect. You can set an edge in it. You're going to see your edge mark all the way across it. You can see where you flat base and transition back. It grips you, but it's not grippy and slowing you down. It's just light enough that you can spray it and you'll hit people with minor little chunks or death cookies, but it's not so heavy you're putting all your weight into it. It is the most quintessential mid-season, absolutely perfect conditions. Johnny F. Hey, Avran, in your reviews of K2 and Amplid, you were saying that each of them feel very specific when riding. Could you describe what it is so special about the way those brands ride? So with Amplid, they have stuff called anti-phase technology. It's just the way that their factory, it's their fiberglass, their core profiling, side cut, camber profile, flex pattern, just the way that they do everything. Like if you look at an Amplid board, and sometimes you're like, they don't make many sizes in it. There's a reason for it. Each one of those sizes has a specific ride for it and how it's going to ride for that specific rider. And K2 is very similar with that, but what sets it apart is it's got that hybrid taper at the tip and the tail where it's cap. So it's a cap construction right at the contact point where it comes down, and then you get the sidewall through the middle. That changes the whole power dynamic of it. Plus, if you go back and you look at the history of K2 and the machinery that they made for their factories and how they did it, and like how they made carbon torsion forks and the fiberglass torsion box and the weave and how they would wrap it around the cores and stuff and how they do everything. Like they also, being in Seattle, were able to take a lot of designers from like Boeing who would come over and work in between Boeing contracts or whatever. So they have these aerospace engineers designing stuff for it. And that's really different. Like you notice that in ride boards tend to be more reactive, more snappy. K2 boards are a little more approachable. They're not as aggressive of a load, but they still have just this retention to their snap on there. And their side cuts are just so insanely dialed. I mean, for a while there, they were doing something with like a 28 radius side cut on their board. And you're just like, people were like, it doesn't have magnet traction. How's it grip on ice? I can't see it. Because it's got 8 radiuses and they're all blended together perfectly. Like, what more do you want? And then, you know, with Amplid, Peter Bauer, the owner, and how he designs everything. I mean, he was a pro snowboarder in like the early 80s, through most of the 80s into the 90s over there in Europe. And the way that he has manifested his knowledge and riding ability into that, it's just, you get on that board and you're like, it's different. It's like riding a Karua. You look at them, you know they're going to ride different. You ride them, they feel different in there. Every brand, for the most part, if they actually spend their time designing their own boards and putting the R&D in, all ride different. Like a board made at the mothership, Capita's factory, rides different than a board made at Playmaker in Taiwan versus a board made at Mervin. Like Mervin boards ride more damp. They have more epoxy in them. They've got their magnet traction. They've got their camber profiles. You look at like a Never Summer board, it rides like a pile of shit. Why? Because it's built like a pile of shit. They try to compensate for the shortcomings of their boards by putting 5 layers of fiberglass to dampen it out so you don't get that lively feel. Their boards, they move that RC tech to the inside of it with their bullshit camber profile. If it was underfoot like the old ones were, it would turn better, but they put it inside. It makes the boards more hooky. It's like if you ride